Hello, this is Divine Twin Soul. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine. Hello, Divine Sunshine. I got my mom here with me, so she's gonna continue on and do the reading for the Divine Feminine as well. So we're gonna just jump right on in. If you want to have a reading with me, go to my Divine Twin Soul 11.com. Go to the services page, click on that, and go to the book online button. Press that, and then it will lead you to my booking online site. This month of July we have specials: 30 minutes for $11 and an hour for $22. Please take advantage of that. You can easily also contact me on my Instantgo, which is GoDivineTwinSoul11.com, and you can also get a reading with me, either text, phone, or video through that one. Also visit my Facebook page, which is Divine Twin Soul 11, and which I have updates and things of the inspiration on that as well. So hit like and share on that too. Okay, I'm gonna go right on into it. I did my chant, my rants. If you want to look at that, you can on the collective, where I talk about the energies, and I might talk about that as we go along. But I want to just kind of go into with the Divine Feminine. Didn't I bring that Divine Feminine card out? I don't see her. Oh, okay. Nope, she's heavy as who know what. Nope. Okay, so now let me start off with the Divine Feminine energy. With that one. Okay. Clear. Seal the room. Okay. That's too many. Okay, let me see what's happening with the overall energies that for this week for the Divine Feminine. Two cards. When she came out, she was familiar when she came out last time. So we have, yep, sure did. So we're still working with the Divine Feminine, still working with this energy. Shekinah, which is the presence of the Divine Feminine at the center of everything. There is light, and I am that light. Okay. Okay, and then you're also with Ma Bako, the warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. So we're still working with these two energies. I think last time we had Lilith. So we don't need to kind of concentrate on protecting the body and the soul. That's what she was about. But this time we're still working with the two energies. And I'm just going to try to see if I can read. Did you want to add anything while I'm trying to find
No, I liked what you said there very much. So I have nothing to add.
Okay.
With it, so you find out what's everything. No problem.
Okay, let's start with Ma Bako. That's right, they back to back. 134. Okay. Ma Bako, the warrior saint. I am warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. Who is she? Ma Bako represents the otherworldly courage and resources that comes with deep devotion and commitment. Ma Bako was born in the 17th century in what is now Amritsar, Punjab. At the time of the 10th Guru Gobind Singh, she was raised a devout Sikh and was trained by her father to use a sword so that she could uphold the Sikh tenet to defend but not attack. When she was a young woman, her village was threatened by Mughal forces. She heard that the Khalsa, or the warrior saints appointed by the Guru to defend the Sikhs had defected and were fleeing back to their village. Ma Bako took her sword and went village to village, convincing the warrior saints to go back and protect the Guru from the advancing of the Mughal army. She gathered 40 men to fight with her, and on December 29th, 1705, the small, courageous band of Sikh warriors rushed out to protect the legacy of their religion in the Battle of Masar with the Ma Bako as their leader. Ma was the only one to survive. Guru Gobind Singh blessed these 40 men and declared them Chali Mooks, the 40 liberated ones. Ma became the Guru's personal bodyguard and dressed in men's attire until she retired and spent her last years immersed in meditation. When your soul selects her card, devotion grounds us and allows us to see just how many resources are available to us. And devotion elevates our perception so that the spirit realm can infuse us with light, strength, and energy. That is great that our own devotion is the action we feel compelled to take that demonstrates our commitment to love. The power of Mabako's devotion kept the Sikh religion alive. The task seemed impossible, 40 Sikhs against a whole Mughal army. But what has never happened before becomes possible through true devotion and the force of pure love. Maya is the warrior saint who reminds us to become fully devoted to what we love. Then courage isn't an effort. It isn't something we have to cultivate. Courage is what commitment to love bestows to us. Devote yourself fully to what's at hand, to what is in your heart, and the strengths, the support, and the courage to complete the task will rise to meet you. So that's about devotion. This one, and that she's saying putting forth your efforts. If you keep on being devoted to something, that after a while the impossible will become possible. With that. And then, yeah, with your heart, your strength, and support, courage, you will be able to complete the task. So that is her that I read about.
Okay. You will be what? Say that again. I got the devotion. To complete the task, to receive devotion.
Devote yourself fully to what's at hand, to what is in your heart, and the strength, the support, and the courage to complete the task will rise to meet you.
Okay.
So it won't be impossible.
Okay.
What I am committed to with my entire being. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support to what I want. Shekinah. This is Hebrew, means to settle, to inhabit, to dwell. It represents the experience of the divine presence right here in the body and in the world. Shekinah is the feminine aspect of God, and she's depicted as a piercing, radiant light. And Kabbalism, mystical Judaism, she is the experience of the presence of God within us as the soul of God. To the Kabbalists, honoring the feminine is of the utmost importance. This is why the red thread of protection is worn on the left wrist, which is the receiving feminine side of the body. In Kabbalistic teachings, Shekinah is represented in the tree of life as the pillar of balance. She is the force that unites the opposites. She brings heaven to earth, and she unites the body and soul. Because of her, there could be a direct path of communion between humanity and divinity. Because of her, we can experience God right here in the moment and right here in the body. When your soul selects her in Zahar, the main sacred text in Kabbalah, the Shekinah is described as being a world within the world, as a bright radiance at the center of everything, all life on earth. All consciousness is a part of her light and is therefore sacred. The metaphysical theory of immanence is that the divine presence is manifested in the material world. So there isn't any matter, whether organic or inorganic, that isn't also a part of the divine. I'm going to stop right there. So that means, like they say, the I am is in everything. Everything, in this table, in this iPad, in this candle. It's just in everything. And this really representing the divine feminine within all of us, give resonance and credence to that as well. So that is what that one.
I know about the
Right, put it on the left, right, to do that. Okay, so now that's the overall things power that we have to work with us divine feminists during this week. what is the things that as far as us in our clear in our heart that we're feeling, what's in the divine feminine, what's in our heart space. Okay, so right now what's in our heart space is release your ex. Okay, so right now in our heart space we could be talking about even ourselves or even the divine counterpart, the divine masculine. That right now we're dealing with this is a burden right here. We really want to communicate this either by via text, because some of us usually are not in good communications with them verbally, but we're more so in text and conversation with them in written. You might even feel like you might wanted to write a letter stating about these burdens that you're pretty much having. I see here the moon in the background that is pretty much with the moon stating that this might happen around when the July 27th comes, that blood moon. That might be, especially with that happening, is probably bringing up all these feelings about stuff that you thought that you had tackled and had healed, and it's really getting down to the root of it. And you're like, okay, your ex, because the ex could also, I'm picking this up, could not also just be a person, but it could just be things that you have really been. Thought you had X'd out, and they haven't X, and they coming back to roost all over again. Havoc, because you keep on uprooting it over again with that. Because I'm seeing trees in here, so that could be also you uprooting all that stuff. You're not. Free yourself in your heart. I think you're kind of getting into the point that here I see this came in upside down. You don't feel like you have to free yourself. I think you take it more so of, I want to say, if I say free yourself, it's nothing to be free, because right now you probably say, I'm already at that state. I'm already healed. I already did the work. I'm not as a divine feminine feeling that I need to. Those things that are illusion and not housing me anymore, just like the flea theory. You put a top on it and the flea keeps on hitting his head on the top of the lid, but you take the lid off, the flea will still jump as far as where the lid used to be, because it's used to being captured, and you're not that flea anymore. You know that if the top is off, I can go fly off and go. I was watching on Facebook, they had about an octopus that they had put him in a jar, and they said octopuses are highly intelligent, and they put that octopus in that jar. Do you know he was from the inside of it turning that lid? You can see that lid just turning. Yeah. Turning around, turning. They were saying he's just that intelligent. He knows how to work himself out of puzzles. So right now, you like that octopus, which is like that 8, which means you creating balance and harmony right now within yourself. And so you don't need, you don't feel you have that lid on you anymore, okay? That's in your heart space. It's your freedom to even love yourself or recognize the divine feminine, as they said, the light that's within you and the light that's in everything. You pretty much have gotten to that point through devotion, which is meditation, really centering yourself, doing things that really makes yourself devoted to you, reading things, getting materials, like they say, resources outside, helping and getting that support to help strengthen you. Divine feminine, let's see what's on her mind space. What's on her mind space? Okay. All right. So we got love yourself first. Okay. I'm going to read it just the way it is, because I think that's pretty much the theme that I've heard even from other psychics, is that we got to learn how to do self-love. Really, we got to practice, as divine feminists. I've heard that find a way that even if you're not in contact with your divine masculine, I think her name was Elizabeth Lund on House of Items, they said that how you divide yourself and let the divine masculine within yourself pretty much cater to you, so that can help to create this balance within you, because you know, in order for you to be whole, you've got to bring that learning how to kind of master your masculine self and master your feminine self all at the same time. And so then sometimes, you know, the divine masculine's role is to give, and the divine feminine's role is to receive. So in order to do this practice self-love, sometimes like if you have a taste for things, like the other day, I said, oh, I want a brownie. I want some chocolate cake with a yellow filling. Okay, well, I allowed myself to let the divine masculine supply that to me, although I was purchasing it. But it was just that I say, okay, divine masculine is giving me that pleasure through eating this cake, which is what I want. And then I realized the divine feminine had received it, you know. And so it's just causing that balance within. So practicing that self-love, doing things that you love, going out with friends, staying home, watching movies, you know, having a marathon. That's really something that's on, you should be on your mind, that you have to work with divine feminines. Let's look at things that we have to surrender. Clear. I was jumped out. All right, so we got 4 cards that say we got to work with. So divine feminines, we have to work with surrendering denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the decision. So again, it is what it is. That's what I usually kind of say. You know, don't read into it more than what it is. Become a detective. I call it become an Olivia Pope. Put the stuff up there on the wall. See it all up there. And just see it what it is. Don't add any more to the narrative of what is you're seeing. Okay. Did you want to add anything about that?
No, I'm really getting the reading.
Okay. Okay. Oh, she getting it.
For my own self.
Okay, surrender your need to always be right. Okay, so give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts, improve your relationship, and you know that's really therapeutic. You know, as women, you know, no, that ain't how it's supposed to go, and you know, we correcting people and doing things, and this sometimes it's just going ahead and just like let them, because I always remember Buddha saying, aren't we both right? You know, you think you're right, and if I look at the situation from your eyes, yeah, you're right, and you look at the situation from my eyes, I'm right too. You know, and so that is something that we have to kind of surrender. So especially when we look at the divine masculine and we seeing him dealing with the karmic, and we saying, okay, he ain't dealing with her right, you know, because you and me, I've been gone a long time ago. I've been told her deuces, and she manipulating, and she doing all this to keep him, and she ain't treating him right, and he got me that love him, and yada, yada, yada. And, you know, but then he feels that he's right there. He's saying, I got to stay into this situation until I learn, until I unravel. Especially if he's married and he's got children. He can't just up and say, okay, I'm packing and I'm out of here the next following day. He's got to find a way to kind of see that opening and say, I got to unravel this, because, number one, he doesn't want to create more karma by breaking hearts and doing things of that nature. And he wants to, although he's got to go, but he's got to find out what's good for him, because you don't want him to leave at the point that he still have a piece of him saying, oh, what if, or maybe I could have did, and you ain't acting right, and the next minute he turned back around and he back with the karmic. So you want him to get to that point that even if it's a karmic, it's a situation, which is a person, place, a thing, you are at that point that you say, okay, you know what? He's right in the way he's handling things, and I'm right in the way I'm handling things at this moment. Okay? Next one, surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play as a time of recreation and rejuvenation. I think that's the same thing that even went on in the overall reading for the Divine Twin. Everything is saying play. Keep things light. I know with this thing of us, with this Divine Twins journey, we get to thinking, overthinking. What they doing, what I'm doing. You know, am I doing right? Am I doing enough? Did I pray enough? Did I meditate enough? Did I, you know, did I say the right thing when I talk to, to the divine?
Something that I'm saying wrong, because it would come out in a different way.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you talking to the divine kind, even talking to your divine counterpart, even to yourself. Did I handle right? Right, yeah, and you in both ways, things of that stuff. So you just say, keep it light. Okay, yeah, I didn't say the right thing. Laugh, chuckle it off. Next time I do a better job. You know, that's it. You know, surrender to passion. That's your next one. Ooh, that little 50 Shades of Grey, yeah. So, Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people and activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. And that is true. Just get, if things are not right now going right for you and your divine masculine, or things are going too heavy, as far as even in your world, just get to a point and just distract yourself by doing something that you're passionate about. Do some hobbies, do some drawing. Like she does drawing, I do drawing. Listen to some music. Go out there. Here Chicago house music is prevalent. Listen, or jazz. Go out and listen to some jazz or something. Or if you're passionate about watching funny movies or something like that, go listen to that for a while. Do something that kind of raises your energy and keeps you high at that point for that. So that's things that you have to surrender at this point. Let me get some clarifiers. I'm going to see what is it that you're in denial with. That's clear. What is divine feminine in denial of? Ooh, he popped right on up. Ecstasy, yielding rapture and bliss. Accept people and situations exactly as they are. So that means even through the difficult situations, find the bliss in it. I'm still find the happiness in it. Still find it. I know she's kind of looking like, I don't know about that. That's what she's looking through the eyes. But transform yourself. Fly above it, And I don't know why I'm hearing, what's her name? Candace Burgess. I fly above all the haters. It just fly. Just fly above it. Say, just like when you're on the airplane and they said, she's behind me now. That's why I got my little shirt on, officially fly girl. So when you just there and you get that altitude and you in the plane and they say, oh, we having turbulence or the skies, or there's a lot of bumpiness on that, we have to fly above. And when you see it, you say, oh my God, it's clouds and the sun still exist. And they go back down, and you see them descend, they go right back into the clouds. You're like, well, I thought that the storm was over with. And they go back up again and say, oh, they go to clouds and the sun. So that's what you have to do. Okay, just fly above it. Think of like a fly. Just fly above it. I need to write that down. I like that title for that other one. Okay, so I'm going to call this maybe Fly Above. I hope I remember. The other one was GPS. This was Fly Above. Okay, all right. So now, what is it? Surrender your need to be always right. What has that got to do with it? All right. Burnt by the sun. Ambition. Extension. Okay, and reach. So right there, you're burnt by the sun. You trying to reach altitude. That ego is getting out of hand. It's kind of higher then. And so now, your ambition to be right, your ambition to make sure that you're reaching for the goal, that at some point you figure, in order for me to be the winner, somebody got to be the loser. And so with that, burnt by the sun, again, that's why I call it that God, that Icarus, that had wings that were made out of wax, and he flew all the way up to the sun, and he got close to the sun, and then his wings started melting, and he just failed, because his goal was to get, but he was achieving it in the wrong way. You achieved it in the wrong way by saying, I'm going to climb above everybody else, say, you wrong, you beneath me, but I'm right. That's not achieving anything. So that's that. And they said also, you're sacrificing.
I'll go back to birth by the sun. Now that I would say, not birth by the S-U-N, but be birthed by the S-O-N.
Okay, right. And so that will be this S-O-N in the divine feminine and divine masculine. The divine feminine represents the moon, and the divine masculine represents the sun. Okay. GPS, right. Yeah. Okay, I just want to write that down because I know I've forgot them titles. That month. So, burnt by the sun. So that's true. Maybe you have gotten so ambitious about trying to be with the divine masculine that you didn't got yourself burnt out by trying to be so right in getting there. So that's what has happened.
That would be the S-U-N.
Right.
So you be birthed by the S-O-N, which is the I am, which you had said a few minutes ago.
Right. Okay. And so the next one, you got sacrifice, renunciation, offering, and letting go. So you trying to be right, you having a hard time letting go. That's what it is. So you're part that you have sacrificed something very precious to you. Okay, what is, girl, what is you eating over there?
What you eating over there? I'm going to put your...
Sorry, that's our dog.
Stop it. You want to go out?
Excuse me. And so, okay, was she gone? Okay, that's enough. Okay, so you sacrificing something very precious to her, because this is like something that she's like, oh my God, I killed it. So by you being right, you gonna sacrifice something that you really did and love in the process. Okay, so that's what that means by being right. Surrender to play. Clear. Just want to make sure. Too many. What does she need? What does she need to? What does this surrender to play have to do? Okay. Surrender to play. Immortal. The consuming family pressures appears. Okay, so I'm picking up that some of my family issues and peers and friends have made this become heavy. Because again, your over is causing you to overthink. They putting their own 2 cents into it. You know, how this gonna be, maybe some of the responsibilities that your family, issues you have with family, dealing with them, has made you become, you know, just really question yourself about you being able to drink from this cup of life, or this divinity. You know, is this really real? Is he really real? And so that's what I'm picking up, surrender to play with that one. You see him in the background, but you know, drinking this cup would cause you, this bitter cup at which your friends and your family trying to serve you would make you die in the process, or it make it end. As far as your dream, like, girl, you ain't coming, and you know he happy with the karmic, or he ain't thinking about you and stuff like that. So that's what it is. And then surrender to passion. Surrender to passion. What is that about? For the divine feminine. I'll say you popped up. Free will. That makes sense. Having a free spirit, independence, sovereignty. That goes on with that. Get out your head, be free.
I think we came across that earlier.
Yeah, in the other reading, right? And so it's just be free about it. In this one, okay, yeah, okay. Love yourself first. Free yourself. Sure did. So that thing, the free yourself, and the rest will follow. Okay,
right.
So
I like that.
Right, that's involved. Free yourself, and the rest will follow. Right. Be kind of bad, don't be so shallow. That's what. So that was free will. That's what you have with this. Okay, that's self-explanatory. I don't need to go into no depth about that. We already been there and done that.
Say it no better.
Okay, come on, right there. So those are the things, and those are the things clarified that you got to work on with that.
Show me this card there.
Sacrifice?
No, baby.
You always be intrigued by that card. I don't know what else you see, but okay.
Because we had this before.
But this is the feminine's read. It's not the masculine. So he in the background.
Right. And she's toasting to him.
Or like he's toasting to him, but the friends is making her feel sorry about toasting to him.
Right.
That's what it looked like through the eyes.
Right.
Like she wants to, but it's like, but they say he ain't about nothing. Right. Okay, so what is the energies that we have to current energies that you're dealing with? It says the sun in reverse. Okay, with the sun is the highest card, but right now you ain't feeling like you at the high point. According to this, you have the ability to have this, but you've got to kind of get past all of this stuff that we say you got to surrender in order for you to have the sun, and that's why it is in reverse. I'm going to see some specific things that's adding on to why you are not ready to have the sun clear right now. Why is the sun card in reverse for the divine feminine? Okay, now that's one did it flipped on the side. Okay, so we're gonna take. I seen a reader did this before. This went sideways. Some of you all need to take a time out, and some of you all need to push it. Like salt pepper, push it real good. That means you got to move forward. This time out is not working with you because you have not done the work. Some of you all have done the work and it's overwhelming. So you got to hit what you said earlier, that reset button like the GPS.
Right.
To do that because it's too much. So that's why you got this sideways. It's like, yeah, maybe take a time out, maybe not. It depends on who you are. You know, as a divine feminine, if you didn't put the work, like if I say it was for me, I say I put the work in, I need to take a time out because I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay. Others that say I'm new to this game, I'm just watching the channel, or I'm just now getting into it and I'm not quite understanding what it is. Then my advice for you is to not take a time out. You already came in with you behind as far as in it's like they throwing you in the game and say go, and they're like, well, how many points? We up by 50 points, but we need you to bring it home. You're like, okay, I'm just being thrown out here on the court and I got to drive it. So now it's like they done throw the ball at you and you can't just stand there. You got to start moving with it. Otherwise you're going to be penalized for standing still on the court. Okay. So that's the same thing with that. So you don't get no time out. Now, us that's been on this for a while, I can see him going back to my sports, although I don't do sports, but basketball, and they tell him time out, and the coach is like, get off the field, get off the court, and go sit down. You've been benched. You've been out there long enough. I want to save you for the final, for the final ending. I don't want you out there wearing yourself out with all this thinking you're doing about how you're doing. Take a little time out, and then I'm going to throw you back in. So God, the universe, is saying, I'm going to put you being benched right now. Take a time out. But those of you not, you off the bench, and now I want you to go out there, and I want you to play. Okay? Because now they took my other star players off. Now it's your turn. So that's what this represents for that. So that's why the sun is there, but right now some of you all got to take time out. It's just not right there. Okay.
So the sun will shine upon it.
Right. Right. It's like divine sunshine. So yes, that is it. Okay. So let's do a 4-card. Oh, you jumped out. What's this? Leadership. Okay. So some of you all got to take some leadership too, on yourself for that to come out to kind of really see where you're going as far as your destination is into union with this. So some of you all might need to take some leadership positions in the 3D, which means in the matrix, which is like on your job. Really show the universe, and that's going to probably help you to find your passion that they talked about earlier too, to surrender. That will also help you in turn to create that newness, because now you're being distracted. Your mind's not on the divine masculine all the time. So now you're doing this and you getting self distracted. So at the same time, while you pulling back from him, he's pulling towards you. So that is one way of you to do it. I'm being guided to do a 4-card draw. But who I'm gonna do? I did this with this one, this one, this one. Let's do it with this one. The wisdom. The wisdom one. So let's see what's happening. What is they want us to know? Some steps and some keys here. That's that clear? Clear. One more time. Oh, no, I can't remember if I did. Okay. Okay. Let's do it from the bottom of the deck. Let's see. Okay, 4-card draw, telling you about what you need to do. Okay, so now it's saying right now you need to become an observer. Be an observer of everything, divine feminines. Just really take in and analyze everything. You see this with this this fox. I mean, you got to be clever like a fox. Very much. I told you before, when you're dealing with divine masculines, you're talking, you're interacting with them, text, via, in person, or whatever. Analyze, like Mom always say, read what they ain't saying and not what they are saying. Okay, so you got to really look, but then keep your eyes on the prize as far as where you're going. So the moon, that will be you that you're looking at. And again, I told you something about the moon is also going to be causing some shifts and some changes too. You got the number 49, which means you got to be grounded, and you got a 9, which means an ending of a cycle. 4 and 9 together makes the number 13, which it means your intuition and your awareness. With a 3, which is your Trinity being in alignment with spirit, soul, and body. Together, that makes a 4. So that means really being grounded in your observation. Okay? You got to really observe, really. But there's going to be something to celebrate because you got these celebration flags right here, like the end of a race where you say, you're the winner, you're the champion. Right there. That's what you got to do. Next thing you got to do, this came in reverse, is not for you. Stop saying things are not for you. And this divine twin thing, this union, it ain't for me. Yes, it is for you. It's being served. This came in the opposite. So for not for you, that means it is for you. Stop serving yourself lies and saying this isn't. It's like the fortune. It's like it's going to be luck if it happens. No, if you can see it, like Daniel Boone says, if you can see it, union, and you can achieve it, and you can envision you and your divine counterpart in union, you will have that. You see in this back here, in this mirror part, this is him, the divine. He's there, right there in the background, looking, mirroring back to you in things that you need to work on, and vice versa. He is you, and you are him, just like my spiritual.
That goes back to your time out.
Which is expound.
Time out to give you time to think. You can overplay until you be able to, as she said, I assume you were doing basketball.
Right.
Well, they do football too. And everything, not baseball, but football and basketball, they'll take time out and then they'll send you back in. But that's giving you time out to think. You just overplayed your hand at the beginning, but you say the sun or something's in the background coming forward.
This is him right here. This is the divine masculine in the mirror here.
Something's coming.
Right. See, but you got to, again, just like you said, it's not for you. You got this chess piece here, and I always say again, it goes back to this: be observant. You got to observe how you play the chess thing. You got to observe how you playing your strategy.
Go back to our famous saying, "Well, don't move.
Don't move until you see it." Bobby Fischer. Don't move until you see it, cause otherwise, might make the wrong move. So. Well, like I had that one, make that move right now, baby. Right now, it ain't time for you. It's saying time out. So this time, you done made all the moves. The last time I did the reading with you. Now I'm saying you did good. Coach saying I'm putting you on the bench. Want you to rest. Because when I put you out there for the final thing, when we ended and wrapping it up for the basketball, for the last one, well, I forgot what the basketball.
Should see your play.
Right, you should be able, right, because very good, I felt that, because while you sitting down, you should be seeing everybody's errors. You can see what the divine masculine ain't doing right. You can look and see, oh, you know what, I should have did that differently. Okay, I should, next time when I do it, I'm going to hit 3-pointer. Next time I'm going to do defense a little bit more harder, because they kind of a little slacking on it. So when you sit back, you were able to see, just like now, I'm just able to see the room a little bit more than what it is. But when I'm sitting up there, I'm blocking stuff. So it's the same thing while you're doing that. Okay, well, that's card number 2, the 4-card draw. Card number 3, fork in the road. I know you feel like you're in the fork of the road. You can find either way to go. So that means you had a real sensitive, case-sensitive matter right now, knowing if you can go left or you can go right on things. And so although you're taking an interesting means of transportation in the llama, but I know at some point that sometimes the llama in some countries that is their means of forming. So you kind of in foreign. That's, if I want to say this, is since you're taking the llama, you kind of in foreign territory right now by you choosing this llama to this whatever it is. Somebody correct me. Thank you if you do. To end this race right here, because right now today, most time I see it as a celebration, but right now today, I'm seeing this like you crossing the finish line, like the champion, the end of a race. For today, this is how it's reading for me. So you had the fork of the road. You got to choose wisely. So you got the one, you got to use your intuition, and you got the number 3, which means you've got to be bringing the line of your spirit, soul, and your body, the Trinity. And then also 1 and 3 together creates 4, which is groundedness, which is coming back again. We seen that earlier about that groundedness, that you got to really kind of work on that. And the last thing is you'll be happy. Or when you do all these in your time out, try to find your happiness while you're sitting there. And I know happy, and I'm still worrying about what he doing. Did I do right? Maybe I see one more thing I could be doing. And you getting up trying to fix things and spy on folks on Facebook, seeing what the heck they doing while you taking the so-called time out. Time out just means forget it. I'm just up. I'm letting it go. I'm concentrate on me. Do something fun. And when you have this happiness, you see this. You raise your energy. You have something to celebrate about. And then it seems like you got a key. You unlock into yourself, into the situation. When you do that, because she looks happy and she's got butterflies on her, so that means you become transformed. She looks light, she looks airy, and that's what you want to kind of come back to, because things have become a little too heavy right now. And this color here that she has here too, this is a manifestation color as well. So you got the pink here, which has got your love, and you got your kind of this kind of yellow orange. So I want to say it could be, or it could be gold, which could be your crown. Or if you look at it again, could be your sacral or your solar plex, your authority where you stand. And you got your purple here, which is your third eye. Just really having all these things into play to create this to happen. Okay. That's why you need that to manifest, so you can be able to have something to manifest. What does your higher self want to say to you? Clear. Stay open-minded.
Which all goes back to the same.
Speak up, speak up, speak up.
Which all goes back to the same thing. It's all saying. Open mind. One we just got to talking a few minutes ago. Free yourself, free and feeling. If you're open-minded, you know you're going to be able to free yourself. You know you're going to be lighthearted. You know everything is just working really divinely in your favor, orderly and everything and all that. And that's where you're coming from.
Right, very good. Okay, so that one is that. And then also, what does the universe want to say to the divine feminine? Clear. Woohoo! Jackpot.
Jackpot. Get your jackpot if you just let it go. Everything will come in divine order.
Right. So that goes into what they're saying. Unions are starting to begin, starting now the end of July. Uh-oh, who did it? Okay. End of July. And now all the way up to November, unions should be happening. The shifting, the karmic cycles is starting to end. They have the lessons. They haven't checked out of these relationships. They're on the way to checking it out. So, jackpot. So this sounds like a very good positive reading right now. It's just that you've done, like the other one, the collector said, you've done the work. You got to sit back and reap your harvest. But if you're doing all this worrying and all this other stuff, you're going to mess up a good thing. Jackpot. Do you see dollar signs? They're circling around you like a veritable cyclone. Everything in your aura is pointing to material gain. Do you want to manifest a new house, more love, a better job, a new life, maybe a bigger pocketbook, maybe Gucci? Bingo. Might be wise to make some room. So, with this, they're saying you have hit the jackpot. Everything is coming. I told you that manifestation. The cards that showed that and said that with that. So it just really is. And it came to me when I read this too. Make some room. I will give an assignment, and I feel this in there. When you're thinking about it, you visualizing this, and you're making room, and you're seeing these things. Also, get a space that you know that has a lot of junk or things in it, and just start physically. Because, see, when you got to make that connection, you're doing it with your mind, but when your body physically sees you cleaning up, it's like, I'm serious. I'm putting towards the work. I want this to manifest. So, that's what's coming to me. I just been channeled that they're saying clear up a space, clean up your room, get some things together, and start really showing this, that you are serious about making this room to say, I'm accepting my good. Okay? So even if it's just one little space or something, or you say, oh, I'm going to clean up my closet, get it organized, do something that lets it manifest, and let the word say, although we're talking about this in the 5D, I'm bringing it down through the 4D into the 3D, that I'm saying I am ready. Okay? All right. So on that, I say 45 minutes. That's what I wanted. So on that, I am closing out the reading. If you like a reading with me, go to my webpage, DivineTwinSoul11.com. go hit the services page, then hit the book online. That leads you to my online booking. If you would like to also use Instantgo to go to DivineTwinSoul11.com, you could go there. You can get your reading through me via text, phone call, or video. And also visit my Facebook page. Hit share or like on things that you see on the page that you like. Until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, and stay elevated. Namaste. Namago.